Making ammonia is the topic for the video today, and we're going to look at the process, how it works, and the types of raw material that you need. We're going to deal with mostly the foundation tier for this video, and we'll look at the higher tier in the next video. So what we have is this substance called ammonia, and it's a very important substance because it's used to make fertilizer. And as you know, fertilizer is very important for crop plants in order to fertilize soil so plants can grow very well, and we use that for food. There are a couple of other uses, for example, making household cleaners and a few others, but one of the key ones is making fertilizer. Now, the way this works is we have nitrogen and hydrogen, and these two gases react together to produce ammonia. Now, there's this funny little arrow here that's in between showing the products and the product and the reactant. And what this shows is that the reaction is reversible. That means it can go from ammonia to the two gases, and it can go from the two gases to ammonia. And we obviously want the forward reaction. If we want to make ammonia, we want nitrogen and hydrogen to combine to make ammonia, and we'll have a look at how that is ensured or done in the best way in a later video. But for now, let's have a look at an overall idea of how the process works. So the two raw materials that we need are nitrogen, and nitrogen comes from the air. The raw material that we use for nitrogen is the air, and hydrogen, which is the other material that we need, that comes from natural gas, which is methane. And as you know, methane is CH4, so it contains hydrogen, and we can actually extract that hydrogen or remove the hydrogen from that molecule and use it in this process. So we have the nitrogen and hydrogen which combine together, which are placed into a closed reaction, so into a reaction vessel, and out of the other end comes our ammonia. And what we do is we actually liquefy the ammonia, liquefy by condensing, and that can then be taken off and used. Now you'll notice here we've got a little pathway that goes back from the exit point of our reaction vessel back into the reaction vessel, and this is where we actually recycle nitrogen and hydrogen. So any of the nitrogen and hydrogen that has not reacted goes back, and it can go back in there and react. And the reason why we might have this unreacted nitrogen and hydrogen is because the reaction is reversible. Now actually, what are the conditions inside? So if we have a look, there are certain conditions that are required to make this reaction go as quickly as possible in the forward direction, and these three conditions are a catalyst. We have an iron catalyst, and that's heated to 450 degrees centigrade. That's not minus 400, that's just a little dash, but it's heated to 450 degrees. We have our iron catalyst, and remember, a catalyst makes the reaction go faster, so we have the catalyst there in order to speed up the reaction. And we also increase the pressure because we have two gases. If we increase the pressure, we bring them closer together, and that will help us to increase the rate of reaction. And the pressure that we have is 200 atmospheres. So you do need to know the fact that we have an iron catalyst, a pressure of 200 atmospheres, and a temperature of 450 degrees, and this will help us to increase the speed of reaction and also increase the amount of ammonia produced, in other words, the yield. So these are the conditions that are used, and this is the overall process of how the ammonia is made. So this is a quick overview of ammonia production. You do need to know this. It could be included in the higher tier, but more detail than this won't be included in the higher tier. This is all you need to know if you're doing the foundation tier. In the next video, we'll look at the conditions in more detail, the kind of stuff you need for the higher tier. Okay, so a quick overview. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.